you're also talking about cultural education, as a way forward.
Yeah.
Isn't it a two-way process? Like,
it
the
is.
audience also have to expect a lot more from the filmmakers.
No, exactly. I mean, you can never blame the audience, because the audience is not a uniform entity, right?
Yeah.
The audience is a group of different cultural, social, economic backgrounds, which are coming into a theater and looking at the screen on which images are created by you. So it's the job of the filmmaker to harness that collective energy and channelize it into a cultural expression, right? And you have to, and that's the biggest challenge in filmmaking. It's not easy, and that's why greatest filmmakers also fail, because to harness all that energy into a narrative and bring it into a narrative, make them focused, and to appeal to at different levels to them, to appeal to, that's Manal antuntaru. They keep saying it should appeal to rickshaw puller also. But the way rickshaw puller sees a film, or has been seeing a film, is again determined by the way we have been making films. Right. Rickshaw puller never knew how films were made, but we made and we got them used to watching it a certain way. Then you can't shift easily. So what I feel is that what I meant by cultural education was that there has to be an atmosphere of a cultural atmosphere where we train through education, through exposure, people about what the yardsticks of excellence are.
Okay.
We need to know, when we say this is a great film, we need to know what great is. Right. So when we watch the world cinema, when we watch films made not only in Telugu but in Marathi, where beautiful films are being made, Malayalam, and in relation to that, we can first arrive at what our yardsticks of excellence are, and then we can measure our films in relation to that. And it's a long process. I mean, a lot of corruption has already happened over 20-30 years, where we have been disconnected from our literature, our history, our understanding of society, our understanding of our politics. When that doesn't happen, when filmmakers are not informed of that, I think we cannot create complex stories. We just end up making stupid, stereotypical characters. The heroines are mostly, the way they are in our films. They are not products of the society. They are products of commercial imagination. The heroines don't reflect the complexity in which our current women are living in the current society. And you can still make a very commercially viable, entertaining film by creating complex characters.
Right.
So that's what I meant when I said that it is definitely a two-way process, but the responsibility is more on filmmakers, because they are the chosen ones. Out of like a few crores of people, probably a handful of them, either by chance or by hard work, get to make films. And the others who could have become are not able to become. So now that you have become that, it's your job to give them what they need rather than what is imagined to be demanded by them.
Right.
So we have to decide, because we're supposed to be privileged people with all this knowledge and all that, what is the right thing to do when we make films. That's what I intended when I wrote
So going forward, what is the right thing to do for you, at least in your case?
For me, the way I'm seeing it is that one thing I want to do is to not repeat myself again, not make the same kind of films. And definitely I'll want to make some more literary adaptations, which I have lined up.
Okay.
Which may or may not be for a popular release, but definitely yes, for an ideal audience, for an international audience, which I don't know how I'm going to go about doing it, but I'm just thinking about it. But I also want to I like certain genres, I like the horror genre, I like the ghost story genre, I like romantic dramas. So, and I also want to revisit fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would like to make as many different types of films as possible, but also within the realm of whatever I told about, like within the realm of making sense and making it a worthwhile experience for the audience.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure talking to you.
Same here.
Before leaving, any final words to our iDream viewers about Gentleman?
Well, Gentleman is made with a lot of love, a lot of passion, and a lot of enthusiasm by a bunch of really mad and committed artists. Nani, I think it's, as he said in an interview, it's probably the toughest role he played, and his performance is brilliant. I've had the pleasure of introducing a brilliant actress called Nivetha Thomas in this. She's already a well-known actress in Tamil and Malayalam. And Surabhi, who's very well known, also does a beautiful job in this film. And then there is Srinivas Avasarala, and unlike any other performance before. And then there's Bharani Garu, Rohini Garu. So it's a movie that is a solid entertainer, and it makes perfect sense as a film experience. So for those who want to have a genuine, meaningful cinematic experience with all the elements at the right place, coming at the right time, Gentleman is the best bet. So on June 17th, do watch Gentleman and let me know what you thought of it.
You said that you always start from scratch for every project. Is it always very tough for you to find that inspiration to write that plot that you want to narrate?
Yeah, always. It's we never know how it starts actually. For Gentleman, the story is not by me. Yeah. It's by a gentleman called David Nathan, who wrote the original story and the scenario.